When does a cruiser become a battle cruiser? Of course I can talk about the Alaska class. Are they battle cruisers, or as the US Navy maintained, just large cruisers? Well, straight off the bat, the naming of these ships tells you something. Alaska, Guam, Hawaii, territories, not cities like cruisers or states like battleships. They kind of sit between them. And yeah, this was the 1940s, before Alaska and Hawaii had been officially admitted to the Union as states. Conventional wisdom might be that something between a battleship and a cruiser is a battle cruiser, but they're still officially just cruisers, albeit very large ones. See, the US never really bought into the idea of the battle cruiser. Yes, there was the Lexington class, which were planned as battle cruisers. These would have been big capital ships with 16-inch guns, but they were never actually built as battle cruisers. And by the time World War II rolls around, the idea of the battle cruiser as a large, heavily armed, fast capital ship is kind of merging with the fast battleship. But then the Alaskas come along. Initially conceived to counter a rumored supersized cruiser the Japanese were working on that never actually got built. At least in terms of designs, there was a bit of a heavy cruiser arms race going on. Germany's so-called pocket battleships are a great example of this. A key role of cruisers being commerce raiding, going out to hunt the enemy's merchant ships. But in order to do that, you need to take out the enemy's cruisers first. Then they build a bigger, more powerful cruiser, so you build an even bigger one, and it just gets a bit silly. At 30,000 tons, the Alaskas were almost as big as some older battleships still in service. For reference, here's USS Alaska on the bottom and the battleship Missouri on top. You can see the Alaska's significantly smaller, but approaching battleship territory. At 33 knots, very fast. Still the same speed as the Iowa-class fast battleships, though. Very well armored against cruiser-grade guns, but not designed to stand up to modern battleships. Still actually heavier and better armored than some serving battlecruisers like HMS Renown. Armed with 9 12-inch guns, very good 12-inch guns. Significantly more firepower than any heavy cruiser. Not that far off battleship guns. Absolutely battleship level by World War I standards. So while the Alaska's guns completely outclassed any cruiser, it did not have firepower on the same level as the latest battleships. Which is kind of a prerequisite for being a battle cruiser in the classic World War I sense. See, a World War I battle cruiser, while it had light armor, if it was feeling brave, it could dance around and take some pot shots at battleships and expect to do some damage. Punching above its weight, so to speak. The Alaska class, however, was designed pretty exclusively to punch down. It was a very large anti-cruiser cruiser, the ultimate cruiser killer. Although in the end it was probably most useful as a heavy escort for carriers, being nice and fast and big enough to carry a lot of AA guns. So yeah, I would say the Alaska class was more cruiser than battle cruiser. But what a cruiser. Follow for more.